Hi everyone, my name is John Hammerly. I'm a soil data quality specialist with the Natural Resources Conservation Service, and I'm also the team leader for the database focus team. And I'm here today to talk to you about expanding the paradigm, optimizing the National Soil Information System for a new generation of conservation. So let's start with an overview. First, I'll give a little background on our databases and the database focus team. Then I'll share some accomplishments, and finally, I'll give some goals for the future. Our soil survey database is a dynamic information system for soil survey and plant data. It sees the data from collection, management, interpretation, and dissemination. The soil data system consists of multiple automated applications and modules that interact with each other to provide information between those applications. This data system consists of attribute and spatial data. The purpose of the database focus team is to assist with decision making and create outcomes that better serve the database needs of the Soil and Plant Science Division. It consists of about 30 members all across the United States, and this group has done a tremendous job at making improvements to the database. So let's look at some of the team accomplishments. We were able to update the NACS client to version 7.1. This replaced the SQL Express 2012 with the 2016 version. It also expanded the number range available in the evaluation curves. It corrected issues in the NACS forms, corrected issues with removing selected set, and it also corrected several minor issues with autofilter, find replace function, redo buttons, status messages, and offline NACS reports, as well as cut and paste. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the data model release. It's not actually an accomplishment yet. We are so close to getting this done. In fact, we're in testing phase right now before we actually release that update. But what you will see is, as planned, is new data tables, and also some data fields will be going away. So we'll be adding some cropping, grazing, forestry practice tables, climate station data, land use management system, and several others that I just didn't have the space to name here. We'll also be removing some columns. So the forage suitability groups, the soil interpretation record number, we haven't used that in a great many years, and also the map unit status history, which we actually are able to store in a different place, which is not, so that one's not needed anymore. And then finally, the site permeability class will also be going away. Another team accomplishment was we were able to connect the Ecosystem Dynamics Interpretive Tool, or EDIT, and NACS together with an automated import routine. This ensures that the ecological sites from EDIT are added to NACS automatically, and it eliminates the manual data transfer that was required. It ensures current official ecological site information is delivered to all soil survey customers. Another accomplishment for this year, we were able to add an Ecological Site Tab to the Web Soil Survey interface. So this connection between EDIT and NACS sort of enabled us to get this tab up and running again, and this displays thematic maps based on the dominant conditions for the ecological sites in those map units. And it provides a data table with the map unit symbol, map unit name, the component name, and percent. It has a hyperlink to the ecological site, and it also gives the area in acres of your area of interest and the percent AOI as well. The team was also able to publish map unit key grids, a simplified gridded soil survey geographic database, a gridded national soil survey geographic database. And these files will be created annually during the Surgo refresh. It's a rasterization of the G-Surgo and G-NASCO map unit keys for the conterminous United States. It's a 30-meter resolution. It's compressed and internally tiled, so it's efficient. The cell values are the MU keys encoded as 32-bit integers. The grid topology, the cell values are identical to the G-Surgo and G-NASCO file geodatabase rasters, but these are in a GeoTIFF format, and the file sizes are about 2.4 gigabytes each. You'll still need to join the rasters to the tabular data to make thematic maps and do analysis. And the MU keys for raster soil surveys in the GNASCO product are not currently available in soil data access, but that's something that we're working on enhancing in the future. Another accomplishment for the team is that we were able to create a custom mobile data entry form. This is an Esri-based product called Survey 123, and this allows people to, soil scientists and vegetation specialists, they can enter the descriptions in the field, and this can be used on Android, iOS, Windows, or even on the web. So multiple platforms, people can kind of choose what they want to use, and then this data, once it's entered into the form, it can be shared online via ArcGIS Online as well. And we are able to get it into NRCS at this time, but it's kind of a difficult process that we're trying to streamline actually. And so we're currently developing a streamlined upload process to make that a little bit easier. Another thing we were able to accomplish in this year was the release of the geochemical data to the National Cooperative Soil Survey Characterization Interactive Map. So this map, you can see it below there, it links to the national database of the soil characterization data. And those yellow dots there, what you see are the geochemical data. And this allows you to locate those pedons that have been analyzed, and then you can click on those locations to access the full pedon laboratory data. Another thing we were able to accomplish this year was that we updated the National Soil Survey Handbook with some standards, and we built some NRCS integrity reports to go along with those. And this is part 618.2.d, and this is the minimum and full data population standards. The reports that we have, the integrity reports in NRCS, they're there to assist with the proper data population. This is a dynamic process of creating these reports, so they'll change over time. We might modify some reports and make new reports to meet new needs, and we'll also be adding additional reports as we get those completed. Another accomplishment for the team was that we were able to initiate an official series description subteam. The purpose of this team is to assess our current OSD database, recommend system improvements like schema changes or interface changes or NRCS integrations, and create an implementation plan so that we can move forward with making those improvements. And finally, we were able to work with the senior regional soil scientists on drafting some requirements for the point data certification and distribution plan. So this plan is really aimed at delivering site, pedon, and vegetation data to the public. And the idea is that we would review the data before it's released, and that would be reviewed by people like me, a regional soil data quality specialist. And then before that's actually exported, a state soil scientist would go ahead and certify and mark those pedons as ready for distribution. And then those point data would be exported to a new public database, which we are still working on developing. So let's look at some goals for the future. First, our data model update. We're really close to finishing this up. We have a little bit more testing to do before we can release it. Next, our data integrity reports. We already have a lot of reports developed, but we need more so that people have the tools they need to help meet that minimum data standard. Next, we want to upgrade our OSD database, and that's really what the sub-team is going to be working on. So we'll hopefully be able to make more improvements to that system very soon. Next is releasing our pedon data to the public. We have a plan outlined, but we still need to get the database set up and working. So be looking for that update in the future. And then finally, the mobile data upload process needs to be streamlined. So we'll be working on that to make that as smooth as possible so that people can enter the data they need quickly in the field and get it into NRCS just as quickly. With that, I don't have anything else. Here's some links to the focus team website if you want more information. The characterization web map is there as well. Some other links there. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thanks.